Remember that during your attempt of doing the opposition, you also have to take into account your own pawn, or potentially an opponent pawn, and where you are, whether you're behind the pawn or above it. So in this position, it might look natural to play king f4 because you're doing the distant opposition, but what happens is you are 2 ranks underneath your own pawn, meaning that black can make a move towards the pawn. And now what are you going to do? You keep doing the distance opposition, then black plays king to d7, king to d5, and then the king goes back, but basically the pawn is between the 2 kings, which means you cannot promote the pawns. You always want to have your king either on top of the pawn or on the side of it diagonally. What are you going to do now? Whenever you move the king, let's say king e6, then black will do the opposition. And now it's a draw. Pawn push, king d8. Only move to protect the pawn is king to d6, and this is a draw. So in this position, yes, the idea of the distant opposition is okay, but just not in this case, because our pawn is very advanced and we have to step ahead of it. So king f5 and now king f7 look like black's got the opposition, but here's what you need to remember. You have to take into account your pawn. Your pawn is attacking e7, which means that square is taken away from the king, the black king. He just can't go there. So now king to e5, and black cannot do the opposition because that square is controlled by a pawn. So obviously if black goes to e8, then you will do the opposition yourself, and this is a win. Because king d8, you can push the pawn, and the king is forced to go to c7. You can go up with the king and promote the pawn. So in this position, after king f8, no much difference. You just have to do the opposition. King f6, of course, he moves, you move, he moves, boom. And now he's forced to go to c7, and you're going to win the game very soon.